Yo, hello everybody, welcome back. It's Fisure with another Diablo Resurrected video, or we're just gonna say just Diablo video. And from now on I will trying to do something on weekly basis on Sunday, and with that being said, we're just going to carry on with today's builds. And today build it's going to be Poison, Nova, Necromancer. Yay! Yeah, it's actually a super great build. And with no further ado, we're just gonna jump to the skills itself. So as you can see the summoning skills, ain't got any. But if you really fancy to use some of them, you can go, and I will just tell that in a minute. Poison Nova. So obviously you're just maxing out the Poison Nova, and in order to even make more damage, we need to max out the additional skills, which they are Poison Dagger and Poison Explosion. So with that being said, we're maxing out both of these, and we can jump to the curses, and we don't really need to use the low resist curse if we don't feel like it, or we can just put one skill here. But in that scenario, I just decided to put as much as possible when we end up on level 34 with lower resistance. And it's a great thing, but majority of us we just break in without that curse anyway, or even if you're just gonna put on the level 1, it's going to be so strong. So then you might end up to choose the summoning skills, summoners. You might just end up to choose Revive, Fire Golem, maybe some skeletons, and it's just good way to go as well, just simply due to the fact we are using the Bramble, and the Bramble armor giving us the level 21 Thorns aura when equipped. So you figure, yeah, you're right. Basically, our monsters, our mobs are going to have the Thorns aura. But I'm actually using the Bramble just simply because due to the fact the 50% more damage to poison skill damage. And on top of that, we are having the 100 poison resistance. So there are great factors from this armor, more damage and more resistance. Why we need the more resistance? Just simply because we are using the Rotting Fisure charm. So the Sundering charm, which basically minus the resistance, our resistance, and in the same time we just break in the immunes of the monsters. So basically that's why in this scenario we're using Bramble, but if you will have runes for Enigma, you just can go with Enigma, because then you can just basically farm faster some certain spots. And I'm just trying to say right now about farming the bosses such as Mephisto or Andariel, but in this scenario we're just going to farm the cow levels. And basically just gonna explain items and charms. So the charms already explained, to be honest, though. So we just want to aim for the Rotting Fisure Grand Charm, obviously. If you are able to get the 20 and 5 all rest lifers, that's great. And then try to max out the whole character with the Poison and Bone skills, and obviously the Annie and Torch, if you have them or you are able to buy them. If we're talking about the items, the most important part in this build and mandatory is going to be a Death's Web, but it's the reason is not only because of the minus enemy poison resistance. Actually, the most important part from this item itself is the bottom line, plus 12 life after each kill and plus 12 mana after each kill, because as you might notice, I'm not using any mercenary. So that's the thing, that's the beauty of this build. We don't really need to use insight within our mercenary. So like, I'm not using mercenary at all. Also, with that being said, that doesn't mean you are not able to use, or I mean, just be my guest if you want to use the mercenary. That's what I meant. So just use the mercenary and you'll be fine. So the Death's Web, like, super trying to get this like as soon as possible, and just go with the Shaco altogether, so you will have sustainable, excuse me, mana and life all the time. So you're never going to run out of the mana and life. And then really cheap to get, obviously, the trunk set. So we're just gonna run the belt, gloves, and the offhand, just simply because if we are running the free pieces of the set, so we're gonna throw away one piece of the set. So as you can see, I'm not getting any bonuses, but as soon as I'm gonna put the third one, we are going to have minus 25% to enemy poison resistance just from the offhand. So keep that in mind. We need to run 3 of them to get that bonus. On top of that, we are having the nice belt, which cannot be frozen affix, so that's great. And then from the trunks, we are getting the faster cast rate. If you will eventually try to get maybe Enigma to have that faster cast rate, but if you're not really running with the Enigma this build, you don't need to be like at all about the faster cast rate. So yeah, with that being said, we can actually start. So quick pick again. That's web Shaco. We have the Maras, and then 3 pieces of the trunks, 2 SOJs with the Bramble, and the boots or shoes. You can basically get whatever you like, whatever you fancy. I have the Waterworks. Doesn't really matter what you're going to end up with. You can just go with the War Traps to have more magic find if you wish to. In this build was more like the most important part for creating this build was just to get as much value from the poison damage and the poison mobs reduction. So as you can see, is plus 90% to poison skill damage and minus 90% to enemy poison resistance. So that's great stuff. And on the offhand, on the swap, I have in the CTA. So we're just gonna do some battle orders. And actually, I think I already have the prep, the leg. So yeah, we can just go and do the cows right now. So that's what we are going to do. So during the fight, during the gameplay, we don't really need to use the lower resistance, and I will just show you that, guys, right now. So just gonna do some shouty bouty and then just use the Poison Nova, and as you can see, they just dying, well, almost instantly, due to the fact we're having like 13 to 14k damage. Maybe I'll be lucky and I will get some bear, and yeah, for the Enigma for the future farming of other areas. But also, with that being said, I'm not trying to say like the Enigma is a bad thing or all. Well, why not bear? It's a bad thing. Obviously, it's not a bad thing, but I'm like super happy to farm cow levels. It's like we can get everything on the cow level, so why should I bother, you know? Like, I don't really see any better value to farm the Mephisto instead of farming cow levels, because it's like super huge density here. So I just simply have much more opportunity, much better chance to get much more value, and by value I mean to get obviously the high runs, and that's what I'm going to focus here, to farm basically high runs. Can use obviously the curse if we want to, if we like to. So it's even faster right now. And as you might notice, and I've mentioned already, I'm not using the mercenary at all, which is great stuff again. If you wonder how to do this, obviously from the beginning, so the budget version is going to be just running with the spirit, obviously, and then spirit shield, and you might even consider to run the spirit shield on the endgame build if you are going to choose one more time Enigma, just to hit the better hit, faster cast rate. I want to say faster hit recovery. Oh, Neff, why not bear? For me, those colors are always trolling me. I don't know how about you guys, but for me, like, doesn't matter what rune it's going to drop. It's always like a little bit of gasp, like, what's that? Neff. So what I'm trying to say, ideally, I hope at some point they will just put some like quality of life settings, so we can just adjust colors to high runes, and like basically every rune we can change the color. So that'd be like great stuff. Like for example, Bear and Jai, you can just do like a purple, and only those runes are going to be a purple, for example. So so I'm gonna pick something, right? And to be fulfilled, I've done a good session. Solar rune, okay. So as you can see, it's a really great build. I really like the Necromancer. The poison Necro is great. It's great stuff. No doubt about that. You can basically kill everything within the game. With the bosses, you're not struggling with the bosses at all, and if you don't want to be even harmed even slightly by the bosses, the only thing what you do is just going to play basically the bone prison. That's what I meant, on the bosses, and they can't move, and you can do whatever you like to do. So they be just trapped. And yeah, it's great stuff. I think I even rather to play much more the poison Necro instead of the Crab Assassin. What I'm trying to say, seems like the Necro is much faster. It's like super fast. Obviously, the slightly faster character is going to be the Java Zone, but still, it's smooth. It's smooth. You have to keep that in mind also. We almost finished the run. It's great. Like, you're not running out of the mana and life, and I don't have the battle orders right now, so just try to notice this right now. Like, it's just totally fine. Obviously, if you have the CTA, you can use it. There's no point to not using it, but I'm just trying to explain. Like, this build is great. So with that being said, thank you much guys for watching. So for me, a bit struggle today. First time making video for a long break, but I would try to do on weekends, maybe on Sundays. Just some videos if I obviously will feel like it. And today I thought I just want to record this. This is great. The build is great, and you definitely want to at some point try it if you haven't already, because it's not really hard to make. And just don't try to focus because I have the Annie and Torch or the Skillers. The most important part of running this build is going to be that swap with the Shaco, and then three sets of the Triangle set, and then obviously it's good to have the Rotting Fisure, because at the end of the day the Bramble is not that super important, because it's just giving us the 50% of the damage. Applying the more damage, 50%, but the main reason to wearing this is to have the boost to the poison itself, because the armor itself is giving us the poison resist 100%. So you will be better off to running Enigma, just simply due to the fact you can just put not that much stats to the strength, and then obviously with that being said, you can just end up to run the spirits even on the main and on the offhand. But obviously if you will run the spirits, you're not running the triangle, and you won't have that buff to minus 25% to the enemy poison resistance. But also you might just end up play like so, like maybe with the Arach here, any spirit, and then whatever boots you like to. So there's some couple other variants, and obviously if I manage to do the any, I will probably do the video with the Enigma. But also with that being said, it's not like I'm rushing to it, so probably I won't have a time to do so, but you're more than welcome. So that's the build. Thank you very much guys for watching one more time. See you guys in the next video. Take care and bye for now.